So for question number 9, we're going to solve this equation for x. Now you can see there's x's in a bunch of different places, and so what we're going to have to do is kind of work through this in several steps. First of all, getting rid of parentheses using the distributive property. We're going to multiply the number outside the parentheses times each thing inside the parentheses in two separate places. Then we're going to combine like terms, and then we're going to add or subtract or multiply or divide from each side of the equal sign until we are left with x on one side and just a number on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this problem so that I can start this process. And hopefully as you watch you can kind of try to understand what I'm doing and how I think through this problem. So the first thing I want to do is make sure I don't have any parentheses anymore, because the parentheses are going to keep me from getting to that final x. I've got to get all these x's together and all the numbers together, and so parentheses need to go first. So if I take care of this side first, I'm going to take this 2 times the x, which is 2x, and then 2 times negative 3. You have to multiply this 2 times each thing inside the parentheses, and this minus sign goes with 3. So we're going to think of this as 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. And now that set of parentheses is gone. We got 2x minus 6 for this part. All of this now equals this. And then plus 5x. Didn't do anything to that. Keep my equal sign right where it's at. And now I'm going to get rid of this set of parentheses, the 3 times x, which is 3x. And then 3 times 4 is 12. It's positive 12. And then the negative 6 I didn't do anything to. That's outside the parentheses. I'm just going to put that down below. And so now I'm just going to bring that down as it is. It didn't change it. Just bring it down. So we got rid of the parentheses here, got rid of the parentheses here. And so now it still looks pretty complicated, but now I can start to combine terms that are alike, like terms that have x in them. Those are called like terms. They're like each other. They both have x's in them. And so in some cases I have some like terms like these two I can put together on this side. So 2x plus 5x is 7x, and there's no like term over here to do anything with this negative 6. So I'm just going to bring that down here and put negative 6 or minus 6 right there. And so I combine like terms on this side. Now on the other side of the equal sign, these two terms are like terms. They're just number terms, 12 minus 6. I'm going to bring the 3x down because I'm not going to do anything to that just yet. And then 12 minus 6 is 6 plus 6. So now I have 7x minus 6 equals 3x plus 6. And so now I need to do a couple different things. I need to get all the x terms on one side and all of the number terms on the other. So I think I'm going to start with number terms. There's really no rule that says you have to start one way or the other, but I think I'm going to add 6 to both sides of the equation. Because if I do that, then now this will go away. Minus 6 and plus 6 is 0. So that becomes nothing. I'm not going to put anything there since plus 0 doesn't change anything. And then over here I still have the 3x. So I brought the 7x down there. That's the only thing left there. Over here there's 3x. And then 6 plus 6 is 12. And so I'm getting closer now. I have a lot less than I started with. Still looks pretty complicated, but really I just have a couple steps left. I have two terms over here on the right side of the equal sign, and I just have one on the left side, which is an x term. And so I want to get this 3x over here with the 7x. The only way to do that is to subtract 3x from both sides of the equation. Now I have 7x minus 3x, which is 4x. And then the 3x, the reason I subtracted 3x is so this would go away and become 0. And then the only thing I'm left with over here is 12. Bring the 12 right down. And now the last step, I have 4x equals 12. I think you know what x is equal to at this point, but I'm going to do the last algebraic step, and that's divide both sides by 4. And so 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times x is x. And so x is equal to 12 divided by 4, which is 3. So all that work is what it took for me to get to the answer. And it says, when it says solve the equation for x, that's what I just did. All of this is how you solve for x. And the answer is 3. X is 3. So if I actually put that back in and I wanted to prove that that was true, I could actually go back into this problem, and it says 2 times 3 minus 3, because that's what x is equal to. X is 3, plus 5 times 3 equals 3 times 3 plus 4 minus 6. So I just want to prove this is true. And this part's real simple, because 2 times 0 plus 5 times 3, which is 15, equals, this is together is going to make 7. So 7 times 3 is 21 minus 6. So 15 equals 21 minus 6, which is 15. So the 3 worked. It's a good way to check. If you solve one of these problems and you're not sure if you got the right answer, you can always put it back into the equation, because that's what we did. We solved for x. It says x is equal to 3. So if I put 3 in where all the x's are and do the problem, I should get the right answer. Good way to check.